But when you ask me to do it, you gotta trust me and you gotta say, Lord, I want you to do it your way. Right. See, some things God do for you ain't comfortable for you, amen. It's gonna take you out of your comfort zone, but you gotta be willing to be in that uncomfortable place because you know even there God is with you. All right. Yes, sir. He said, I will lead you to the straight gate. He said, I'll lead you down the narrow way. He said, but you just got to trust me. Matthew 7:13 says, enter ye in at the straight gate. He said, because wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. A lot of us want to be able to do what we want to do. Yes, sir. We want to be able to act like we want to act. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's the way leading to destruction. You heard in the scriptures where it says there's a way that seems right unto man. That way leads to death. But that same way is when you're doing what you want to do. All right. Because see, a lot of times we get to doing what we want to do, and it's easy for us to be out of God's will. Y'all come on, help me out. All right. Then he turns around and says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. And he said, it's few there be that find. I just want to be in that house. Yes. I ain't perfect by far. Somebody else said, I heard him say it this morning. He said there was a person that wanted to come to church. But then they began to think about what everybody else thought. Right. Man, forget about what everybody else said. That's all. I ain't just counting how many people in here today, and all of us got our own separate problems. Right. All of us got our own separate stuff. Right. All of us done went down some kind of rock and roll before. If you ain't been saved all your life, you done did something to me. Some of us, even though we in church, still doing stuff, amen. But we come to church on Sunday morning trying to camouflage it, amen. We come in here dressed the right way, talking the right way, amen, and even doing a few things that look impressive to people. And all of a sudden, amen, everybody says, yeah, that was a good person, amen. But don't nobody really know but me and God, amen. Don't nobody know what happens behind your closed doors but you. Don't nobody know when you ride up and down the road by yourself, some of the thoughts going in your mind. Somebody say I'm on the straight and narrow. Wait a minute, don't get quiet now. Earlier we got a few amens for that one now, but that one got quiet on it. He says few will be that find that straight gate, that narrow way. But that broad way, he says it's going to be a whole lot of people that find that track. But don't you forget that one day you got to meet the Lord. I don't care what you think. I don't care what somebody else said. One day you will have to stand before him. And when you stand before him, he's going to read you from head to toe. He's going to say you might have got away with it in front of man. You might have looked good in front of man. And he said, but I'm the man. See, one thing about it, you can fool some of the people sometimes, but you can't fool God none of the times, amen. Verse 22. About 3 more minutes, I'm going to be finished. Verse 22 says, he went throughout the cities and the villages teaching. One thing about it, Jesus always taught everywhere he went. So it's kind of hard for us to say now, those of us that got Bibles and we readers, it's kind of hard for us to say that we don't know the word. I will say you may not understand. Right. But he also said, don't lean to your own understanding. That's right. He said, if you just ask me, I'll tell you what I mean. All right. He says he went about teaching and journeying towards Jerusalem. And one said to him, he said, if a few is going to be saved. Let me help you out real quick. Brother Black, if we go around right now asking and thinking in our mind, I'm wondering, am I doing everything right? Something might be wrong with that.
Okay, now, all right. Okay.
If you got to question whether some of the things that you're doing in your life, come on, let's just be honest. Everybody know right from wrong. Everybody know, everybody, did I say everybody? Everybody know right from wrong. So you know whether or not you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing or not. You know whether you're going some places and just hanging out and you know you ain't supposed to be there. So if you got a question whether or not you in God's will or not, chances are you just might not be. I'm not talking about the work you're doing, whether you helping nobody or whether you witnessing to nobody. I'm talking about the lifestyle you live. If you got to question the lifestyle you live.
My love.
How many know for certain that you done gave your life to Christ?
Alright.
That you accept Him as your Lord and Savior. And watch, it's not just accepting Him as your Lord and Savior, that you everything that you do, you're doing it to His pleasing.
Alright.
That's what it's all about.
What is it about?
That's what it's all about. We living to please God.
Alright.
And if you got a question whether you living to please God, something's wrong with that.
Alright.
Especially if you've been in church for a while. After you get to a certain age in life, now they got a thing where we say you just coasting on in there. We still witnessing when we can. We still praying and we still going to church and we giving our tithe and we doing all that we know to do. So after a certain age, we just kind of just coasting in. There is no way that you should have been in church 30 and 40 years and still questioning yourself whether you living right now.